So, just here in the studio, I have been working through a lot of different conference talks, which got me to thinking, what are some ways that if I was just starting out, or if you're interested in getting to do data engineering talks or even web development or anything like that, what are some ways that if I went back in my career that I could say, hey, this would be a way for me to accelerate and get involved in the community and do some of the talks. So let me give you some ideas and tips that I didn't know when I was first starting out that I think I should share with everybody else. So I'm gonna go in here and record this, but tune in. From my perspective, it's always felt like there were like thousands, hundreds of thousands of different conferences around. Maybe not 100,000, but there are definitely conferences all around that you could be involved with, and you can spend all your time just going to them, especially in the data, web development, anything IT, right? Now that there are travel restrictions, I know it feels like there are plenty of more that are out there. And the good news is they all need topics and they need people to speak at them. So how can you get involved? Number one tip for how you can get involved is abstract submission, making sure that you build a solid abstract. Something interesting, right? So what are some ideas for something interesting? Well, if you've got something or a project that you're working on that's in beta or early release, man, that can really help make it an interesting topic as well. So for example, if you were doing something in Spark 3.0 using GPU accelerated compute, that would be a great topic, if you were submitting to some kind of data engineering or data management or, analytics conference. I would think that a topic like that, what would you want to see as as somebody sitting there watching the session? Like, do you want to see some cutting edge technology? That would be great. So not only do you make that topic interesting, make sure that it is attention grabbing, right? So back to our example of GPU accelerated Spark, right? So we're not going to have a session that says, hey, we're going to do ETL with Spark 3.0. What we're going to say is lightning fast ETL with GPU accelerated Spark 3.0, right? Which one sounds a lot more amazing? They're both talking about the same topics, right? But it's more attention grabbing. And yes, it is a little bit of marketing, but you're marketing your talk. You're spending all this time, spending all this work to put into an amazing conference talk that folks in the community need to see and want to see. So take the time to market yourself and don't feel bad about it, right? Like, you have this information that's great to get out to the community. So feel confident in knowing, hey, I'm marketing this because I'm taking the time to put special content out there for the folks that are going to watch my session. Number two, one thing that I've done a lot, it's called company sponsorships. So as you look at different conferences, there are different conference sponsors, right? See some big companies and, they may have a platinum, gold, bronze, silver, whatever the nomenclature they use is. Those conference sessions, a lot of times as companies represent for those, they may get one or two different sessions. So if your company is a sponsor, there's an opportunity there for you to be your company's representative, talk about some amazing things you're doing from a technology perspective, and then also speak to the community as well. One way to find that out, if nobody's asked you, one thing, as soon as those conferences come out, if you see one that you want to be involved with or want to go to, scroll down to the sponsor section. If your company's on that, reach out to somebody in marketing. They're always looking for topics and people to help. So you may be able to have the conference session all to yourself. They may be, looking for somebody to come up with some ideas around what to present, and maybe they want to pair it with another technology as well. So maybe you can do it as a partner session. So you and another person. But there's also panels and a lot of different other options that come. So definitely check out, don't overlook, conferences that your company is involved with. Always check that sponsor section, and you could be well on your way to getting your conference abstract approved. Number three is partner or customer sponsors. So we talked about if your company is sponsoring, but what about if you are a customer? So think of AWS or Cloudera or Databricks. If you're a customer there, you're doing some interesting things. So going back to the first example, some interesting or beta release things that would be interesting. Reach out to your representative, for the technology that you're using. They are always looking for customer examples, right? So I've given some sessions before with some of our customers, and we did a tag team where we were presenting on some of the things going on in AI and analytics, and we were talking about some analytic architectures, and so we sponsored we had our sponsored session and our customer partnered with us too. So not only when you're looking at those sponsored sessions for your company, look at it for, some of your technology partners or somebody that you're a customer of, because I promise you, they love having customer representatives. Think about it, as you're sitting there talking about, hey, I'm using this specific tool from this company and it's helping me achieve, some of our goals that we're working for in the analytics community. And so those really help out. And then another one, partners too. So, maybe your company's partnering with another company and they're a sponsor, or you guys have merged together to do something really cool and interesting. Partnering with somebody else can help you, get into the conference submission and get into the community and allow for you to represent and get on stage or the virtual stage. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and my challenge to you is start submitting, start trying to get involved and speak at a conference. So, even if it's just something as simple as a meetup, and just to hold everybody accountable and offer up help. If there's anything I can do, if you have some ideas or want some help around what that conference submission should look like, or your abstract, or just some ideas, feel free to put it in the comment section here below, and I'll try my best to help, right? We'll do some YouTube live sessions where we'll go through and look at those. But until the next time, enjoy, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you again on Big Data, Big Questions.